We should be live in a second.
Alright.
In any second. So our YouTube, which I don't have last week's episode up yet. Okay, we're live.
Alright.
I got 2 episodes from the backlog uploaded, but now we're behind 2 again after today.
Yeah.
I'll
Right.
get them up. I've got like 4 videos to get up. It's
Yeah.
brutal.
Oh, that's okay. We'll catch up eventually. We'll get
Eventually.
there.
I mean, by next week. And then hopefully also get my manga haul video up. And I have a really short, dumb unboxing of a loot anime box coming.
Oh yeah.
It's like 3 minutes. And my phone decided to turn off the rotate, or like it auto rotated. So I was
Mhm.
holding my camera like horizontal, but it's still recorded in vertical. I'm just like, well, shit. This is the worst
Oh,
camera angle ever for a video. It's so unprofessional. Can't
yeah.
show that, but I'll put it up anyways, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Alright. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah. Get into it then. So
all right.
we've hit that mid-season slow news lull where kind of nothing happens now.
We did get some important news.
Yeah. Luckily. So yeah, Crunchyroll has finally updated everyone on some of the stuff that will be disappearing from their service.
The top
So we did,
20, like, most
yeah.
popular ones.
Yeah.
I think most of
Yeah.
these were ones I expected, because, like, they were known Funimation ones.
Mhm.
I'm really glad I finished Blood Blockade Battlefront before they took it away. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's a good show. I'd recommend binging that if you get a chance.
Yeah, I might try and do that this week because I have heard it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
Although,
this list.
there's
Yeah.
some good news, too.
Yeah. They're getting all these dubs as well.
Yeah,
A whole
so
bunch.
so in their partnership, they had helped fund dubbing for a bunch of the shows that they got,
Hmm.
except the dubs were Funimation only, and they got the subs. And it seems like now that that's ending, the dubs are now going to Crunchyroll. They're going to be on Crunchyroll as well because they did help fund them. So if the partnership's ending, it's only fair. And I think
Hmm.
Funimation might get the subs. I'm not super certain on that. I don't see anywhere that says it, but that's what you would assume. But
Yeah.
there's some cool stuff in here that I wouldn't mind seeing the dub of, like 91 Days. I love that show. I'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
I'd be curious about a Centaur's Life dub. Bungo Stray Dogs. Um, Not Handshakers, not Handshakers.
Oh,
Izetta the Witch.
oh, that's a good
Uh,
show.
Kantai Collection. Katana Maidens, which I still have to finish. Magical Girl Raising Project. Mob
Yeah.
Psycho 100. New Game. Like, there's a lot of good shows in here that we're now getting the dubs for, which
Hmm.
that's cool. I'm
That's,
confused about
yeah.
why they didn't have the You're a Horror dub when they were like super big on having pushed that. But I guess
Yeah.
Reina, they're like, who works for them, who was in it, was in the sub too. So I don't know if she's
Yeah.
in the dub. I'd actually have to check that out. But
Mm.
yeah, are there any particular shows you'd recommend for people to binge before they disappear?
Uh, Out of this list of 20, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I've seen like, I actually haven't seen most of these. But, Psychopaths, that's a really good one. I did
Hmm.
like Psychopaths a lot. I think it has some issues, but it's a good show
It's
overall.
real dark, but I've
Yeah,
been having a better time watching dark stuff again. So it
yeah,
turns out, right?
yeah.
Side effect of my old medication, depression.
Oh,
You don't even realize it till you're on it, and then I switch from like the pill to the patch, and suddenly it's like,
hmm.
holy shit, everything's so bright and cheery. What is this? Oh my god.
Oh,
You don't even realize you're like getting affected by side effects until they're gone, and it's just like, oh,
yeah.
I could have avoided that unpleasantness for the last 3 years if I'd known that. Yikes.
Jeez,
But yeah, no, it's I've been getting more
that's
into some dark stuff since because I can handle it better. But
yeah, that's
um,
good.
yeah, let's see here. Is there anything I would recommend besides Blood Blockade? Uh,
Hmm.
I need to finish Hyoka still. I was watching originally, and then I think it got taken off Crunchyroll because it was like
Hmm.
originally streamed there, but then Funimation got it, I think, something like that, and now it's losing again.
Yeah.
Oh, dropping some frames. Only 49, it's okay.
Oh,
Um, I watched the first 3 episodes of Origami and have to finish that, but I don't know
oh
if
yeah.
I'd recommend that or not.
Yeah, Origami's okay. I watched the first season of it. It's okay.
Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo are fantastic, but they're so popular, it's really easy to always find a Blu-ray DVD of them for like 30 bucks Canadian.
Yeah.
They're usually
Yeah.
not too expensive to find. Same with Nishijo.
Mhm.
Uh, Steins Gate, of course, is good. I have to finish that too, and it's gonna disappear. Shit. It's so slow in the beginning. Like the first 8 episodes are, it's a slog. It's brutal.
Yeah.
I should just play the game instead. I think I have it on my laptop still.
Nice.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that laptop's broken. Never mind.
Oh,
That
whoops.
that doesn't help me at all. But yeah, there's a few here that I'm curious in and wanted to watch. Like I really wanted to watch Claymore, but I think it's like a
Oh
50
yeah.
episode or something, so that's no good. I'll read the
Yeah.
manga, I
I watched
guess.
that too.
Uh,
Yeah.
I was watching Noragami, so I'm not gonna be able to finish that. Steins Gate, I probably won't finish in time. Hyoka, I wanted to watch
Mhm.
Snow White. Oh, there's so much. Why? Why must it leave?
Yeah.
It's so soon.
Yeah.
It's in like 5 days.
Yeah. The 9th, which
Yeah.
is Friday. Yeah, 5 days.
Ooh.
Oh. And this is just the top 20 most popular. This isn't even the full list. They said that they're working on determining the full list of titles.
I watch all the shitty like niche stuff. That's the
Mm.
stuff I don't even know that's just gonna disappear. I'm not okay
Yeah.
with that. I'm okay with Hitalia. They can take that.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't need my World War II revisionism. Oh my God, Nazi Germany is so cute. I, when it first came out, it was everyone was into it. It's like, oh, it's no harm. It's just a comedy. Nazis aren't a big thing. Suddenly, Nazis are a big thing now. It's like,
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because we let people normalize it. Wait a second.
Yeah. Oof.
Wait, I
Oops.
can't blame Hitalia just for that, but it is like, did no one
It's,
question this being mainstream at the time? Like, that was the warning sign that
yeah.
weebs were growing up into terrible people.
Yeah, that was not a good thing. Should have been that warning flag.
Yeah. You can tell if someone like there's only two types of people in the world who know about Sealand: Hitalia fans or people who are really into like pirate radio.
Yeah.
Those are the only people, and that's how you can tell. That's how you find a Hitalia fan or
Mhm.
pirate radio person.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, the one other thing on this list I was thinking of watching was Nichijou, because I've heard that's like one of the best comedies, like even outside of anime. It's like a fantastic comedy. So I've been thinking of watching that, and I guess I might have to binge that this week.
It is definitely, I think, the pinnacle of gag anime. Like
Hmm.
there's different types of comedy. When it comes to gag, I would definitely say there's pretty much nothing that's up there with Nishijo.
Hmm.
Lots of
Yeah.
gag anime goes like really offensive or really like crude. Nishijo
Yeah.
doesn't do that. It just gets really into the bizarre, and that's part of what helps it so much. Like
Hmm.
it's fantastic. I love it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Mm.
I guess my top recommendation though is still Blood Blockade Battlefront Season 2 just came out. That's gonna still be on Crunchyroll, I believe. Uh,
Hopefully.
well, they're not saying it's gonna disappear, and it like the first season was one that was brought over with the Funimation licensing, but the second
Hmm.
season one was one that aired during, and I think they're keeping all the stuff that aired during
Okay.
the two sides. I think both sides are keeping everything that aired during because they like both put money into rights, sort of.
Hmm.
But I believe things that were like brought over are getting taken
Yeah.
back. So
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
oh
That was. Yeah.
we're
What?
getting an
Oh.
alderman on the Sky Dub. Wait, shit.
Oh, great. Oh
I'm
no.
curious how that's gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to watch it. Maybe if it's a season 2, I want to see it all
Mm.
fall to shit and get awful. I,
Oh yeah.
I just want the Hiroma Becker backstory. Just give me that. That's all I
Oh
want.
yes.
That sounds so stupid. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm still so confused by that like fan wiki page where it says
Oh.
they're related as friends. I'm like, how does
Yeah.
that work?
Yeah. God, that's weird. That was like
There's
a weird rabbit hole we went down that one night. Oh.
yeah, and that like random person in the comments who kept saying he was like dating every single girl. It's like, well, you're not far off. It's pretty close to becoming a harem. He may as well be.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's about all the news we have. Managed to drag
Yeah.
that out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so oh wait. Yeah, it says right here.
Oh.
Uh Currently airing simulcast and series that premiered during the partnership will continue to be available on Crunchyroll. So things that aired within the last 2 years will still be on both.
Okay.
Or at least on Crunchyroll.
That's
And
good.
yeah, we've got the Verve joining up with High Dive too, which is
Yeah.
interesting. I actually think I saw some High Dive shows suddenly being available on Crunchyroll too.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't remember though. But yeah,
Uh, huh.
which I thought made some sense because High Dive is trying to specialize in dub, so it's like they just take Funimation's place and become like the Crunchyroll dub place and try to go head to
Hmm.
head with Funimation. It's
That would
possible.
make a lot of sense to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And and then Amazon still exists, I guess.
Yeah.
D-
They're just off to the side being weird and bad. Yeah.
There's a few neat things that came up on the news for Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah.
Um, well, you know how there's like YouTubers, like the VTubers?
Hmm.
Someone's doing one, but there is like one of the comical henchmen from the Yatterman series is
Huh.
doing virtual YouTube stuff apparently.
Weird. That's really
Yeah,
cool though.
apparently there's just members of the Yatterman anime that are doing YouTube stuff, which is such a different, unique way to sort of advertise your like IP and get extra money
Hmm.
of it.
That is. Yeah.
I wonder if they will like if they're doing this just in time to announce a new series or something, like a new season, and
Hmm.
then possibly you could literally just put them all up on that YouTube page,
Yeah.
but like download links or like donation links and stuff.
Yeah. There was. I actually watched a short documentary about the VTubers recently, and it was saying it was really interesting. It was just talking about how like there's kind of the two sides of it, and one of the sides is like brands and stuff making VTubers to try and advertise their stuff. So I guess this is anime. I mean, that makes a lot of sense for an anime show to be like, hey, here's our character
Hmm.
being a VTuber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like what Miku's been doing for like 20 years or something.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
And then we got some other stuff. We got the most popular fall 2018 anime by state, province, country. It's literally all Goblin
It's
Slayer somehow.
yeah. That's
I get it.
disappointing.
I get it. It's the
Oh.
popular series. Everyone's into like whatever is popular usually takes
Hmm.
over, but usually it's not to this extent. Like,
Yeah. Usually there's some variance in the map a bit. That
yeah,
the other regions have more than the American one, but yeah.
yeah.
Ugh.
They did mention that the last time this happened, they made a way to limit which anime were eligible
Hmm.
because Boku no Hero they had just Deku's face over it and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently the Reincarnated as a Slime is in really close second. And yeah, if they
Okay.
do the changing, this is Canada. So we got some sword art.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but we got some JoJo's.
Hmm.
JoJo's in the north. Let's go.
Yeah.
My province is trash. But yeah, apparently Goblin Slayer. Then you get to Europe and it's all JoJo's. It's like Europe has some taste.
Yeah.
Some places actually have Zombieland Saga though, which is like neat.
Yeah, that's cool. It's kind of surprising.
Somewhere has the Ulysses, Jeanne d'Arc, in The Alchemist, and it's not France, which
Huh.
surprises me. I can't see
Yeah.
on this map where it is, but someone does. And it's Senring Kagura country.
Of course.
Yeah. Conception. Oh God, why is Conception up there?
Oh no.
Middle. It's in the Middle East too. It's literally a show about needing to make babies. It's like Shinzo Abe's like private anime he made himself. Top new anime in Iraq and Syria
Oh.
is an
Huh.
anime impregnating women,
Huh.
representing each of the constellations.
That,
That's
huh.
weird that that would be their top. Like to me,
Yeah.
those are not the countries I would guessed. If you told me, yeah, an anime about a dude having to fucking impregnate people is like the most popular, I'd say America. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't.
Mm.
I get it though. People like the grim, dark, edgy stuff. Like that's why Attack on Titan's so
Yeah.
popular. That's why like what the fuck was it? Tokyo Ghoul is so popular. There's
Hmm.
a there's a genre that is grim, dark, edgy fantasy fighting stuff, and people like it because it's one of those shows that you can kind of really talk about with people because you get to talk about like, oh, is this character gonna die? Are they gonna come back? Like it it's a type of show and genre that's just very easy for a conversation around,
Yeah.
which is what
Definitely.
helps push it and what helps more people like watch it, because even if like you don't want to or you don't really care or you're ambivalent, it's well, I
Hmm.
mean, I can watch any. And I think the funniest thing about this, which I actually saw someone else tweeting about, I think it might have been Canapa, I was like talking about how all the people watching are still acting like all the backlash against it means no one's watching it, and that it's like they're niche anime and they're cool for watching. It's like no, no, it's
Yeah.
mainstream. You're still a mainstream fuck. Like it's no better than
Yeah.
Sword Art. Grow up. It's just a bit edgier, and some
Hmm.
people don't like it.
Yeah.
And just because someone doesn't like how it's handled doesn't mean they aren't gonna watch it or not gonna like other parts of it, right? Like
Hmm.
there's certain parts of the show that are really fucked up, but then I've talked to people who've said like talked about other parts and they're like, oh, there's this like the backstory and like how he ended up here is actually super interesting. I just don't
Hmm.
want to watch a bunch of gratuitous rape murder scenes to get there. Other people that's
Yeah.
not as big an issue for, but like I know I personally that's not my cup of tea, so I don't have to watch it. But I'm not gonna condemn people for watching it.
Hmm.
It's like watching something, or you can enjoy and consume content without supporting the type of content in it,
Yeah.
which is something I think a
Exactly.
lot of people don't get. Also, I'm kind
Hmm.
of ranting here.
That's fine.
Feel free to take
It's,
over.
it's not like we have any other news to go through.
Yeah. All right. Then the last thing I have, I actually saw this in the Switch
Hmm.
store.
Okay.
Kitty Love.
Kitty love.
Yeah, I think you play as a cat and you choose like what guy picks you up or something
Oh.
or something, or
Oh, so don't tell me.
you're
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a girl who can you become a cat at night, so you
Hmm.
try to become like a hot guy's cat, which sounds ridiculous, but I kind of want to buy it and play it.
Sounds real silly.
Yeah, it's on the Switch. I don't play many visual novels, but I feel like the Switch would be a really good like console for it. And I know the Vita used to be like the place to go for visual novels, and that's partly why I never
Hmm.
played them because I didn't have one. But you know, if they keep coming
Yeah.
to Switch, I might start picking some up.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, I just thought this is a really dumb but somewhat funny concept, so I might pick this up and let you know how it is.
All right. I look forward to it.
All right.
All
So have
right.
you been watching or reading anything this week?
Oh. have been watching a ton of anime
All right.
because, like we mentioned, the high dive stuff is going up on VRV, so I had a couple shows to catch
Oh
up
yeah, you
on.
get to watch. You get to watch it all now
Yeah, yeah.
without paying a second subscription like I have to because Verve isn't available in Canada.
Oh, that sucks.
It's unfortunate, but that's just how
Yeah.
licensing goes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
You
First
also get
off,
you also get
yeah.
Rooster Teeth on Verve, don't you?
Oh yeah, there's yeah,
Watch Ruby, damn it!
yeah. I'll get around to that eventually.
It's so good. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So yeah, the let's see here. First off, there was Bloom Into You. I got all caught up on that. All the 4 or 5 episodes that are out.
5. I
Yeah,
haven't
5 episodes.
watched the
Yeah.
last episode yet. I didn't
Oh.
have time, but I'm probably
Hmm.
gonna watch it like tomorrow. So,
Yeah. It's such a good show.
and,
Oh,
and by
it's
didn't
so pretty. Yeah.
and by didn't have time, I mean I was playing too much League. Shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I can talk about it then. Now that you've seen it,
Yeah.
though, the
Yeah.
scene in episode 4, the like anxiety scene.
Oh yeah.
The way they animated that was such a good portrayal. Like it was so
Hmm.
different from the rest of the rest of the way they show stuff in the show that it like stood out. It like really showed that it's like kind of like she wasn't really like her thought process wasn't in the current world or like it like had gone outside. It was in its
Yeah.
own little bubble. It was really cool. I really liked that.
Yeah. That was very very good.
And the animation techniques were spot on too. Like it did like the passing overhead shot or whatever,
Hmm.
with it all in the black and white, and it was just gorgeous.
Oh yeah. This show it looks so good and like it sounds so good. The story is wonderful. It's such a good show. It's fantastic. I like it a lot. So
This
glad I'm
is
able to watch it now. Yeah.
this is the year we've deserved for the past few years. Now
Oh
give me a
yes.
proper Kase-san and a
Yes.
girlfriend. Give me a girlfriend's
Oh
adaptation,
yes.
please.
Definitely girlfriends.
If I win the lottery, I will fund it myself. I'm not even kidding. I will contact Miles at Crunchyroll and be like, I won the lottery. I want to fund an anime. How do I do this? I want a girlfriend's anime.
Yes.
Get me in
Please.
contact with Milk Morinaga. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like I really hope this show does really well because then maybe we'll get more proper Yuri and not garbage trash Yuri like the one about the sisters that I don't remember the name of.
Citrus
Citrus. That's it. Yeah.
and Netsuzo Trap. Those sell
Yeah.
though. People like the
Yeah.
trash. People like the sexy trash.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Unfortunately.
it's a shame. I'm amazed that it hasn't been any Milk Morinaga like anime with how popular it is. Though a lot of her
Hmm.
series are shorter, like 1 to 3 volumes. But you could
Yeah.
maybe do like a 15-minute episode or 7-minute episode series of one of them, or
Hmm.
Girlfriends. You could do
Yeah.
Girlfriends as a full
Oh
12, 13 episode season.
yes.
Why? It's this huge untapped reservoir that they could just go for that no
Hmm.
one will. Makes me
Yeah.
salty.
Oh man, I just realized you could even do like a Milk Morinaga like collection, like the Junji Ito collection, where it's just all of the short stories collected in.
You could like the Kisses Size and Cherry Blossom,
Yeah,
just like all
exactly.
those short stories.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so good.
Mm, it would. Give us more gays. Give us more
Yes.
gays. Give me a Murcielago anime adaptation.
Oh, ugh,
Yeah,
ugh.
it's trashy, it's gay, it's grimdark as fuck. Like, I
Yeah.
can't complain. Like, here's that is the manga that is the reason I cannot judge people who are like into Goblin Slayer, because God,
Yeah.
I judge myself for being into that, but I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. That would definitely end up being popular. I think. I think the reason you don't hear about people talking about Murcielago too much is they just like haven't heard of it yet. I
Yeah,
bet that could be super popular
like
if it just
8
got like
volumes.
advertised more.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if they really wanted an anime, like an edgy, like dark horse anime that could do really well, Murcielago.
Mm.
Trash, which is another murder
Oh yeah.
lesbian
I've heard.
series. Of all the murder like lesbian series to come out, we got
Hmm.
Happy Sugar Life, which to me is the weirdest one to get, cause it's
Yeah.
a lot more psychological. But I guess people like psychological stuff. I still haven't seen the anime. I need to. Oh, I
Hmm.
guess Magical Girl Sight also had lesbians, so
Oh. Hmm.
sort of.
I wouldn't doubt it. That was a thing.
Oh, I heard there was canonical lesbians in it, and I think a
Yeah.
canonical trans girl.
Hmm.
But
Oh, I
they
wouldn't
they
trust that
might
show.
die. They might die, and
Yeah.
they could die at any moment.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would not trust that shit with trans characters or even gay characters.
Speaking of that show getting
Yeah.
an adaptation, though, I'm surprised Magical Girl Apocalypse hasn't. It's by the
Hmm.
same author, and it's like the more popular of his series, and it just ended. So like,
Yeah.
now's the time to ride that momentum. But
Yeah. Oh yeah, would be. It would be like now would be the time to do that. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, I'm real surprised. It has
Hmm.
some real problematic edge, like grimdark,
Mm,
edgy stuff in it too, though. But I mean, that's all of that guy's series.
yeah.
Like you know what to expect with it, kind of. But I am really surprised that hasn't. Like the fact that they went with Magical Girl Sight over it is a bit confusing.
Hmm.
But maybe there's something to do with like the different types of what's in it, or maybe Magical Girl Sight's more popular in Japan, and maybe
Yeah.
Magical Girl
Maybe.
Apocalypse is more popular in North America. So
Yeah,
who
could be.
knows?
Yeah. So yeah. Also, another thing I got to watch on VRV now is Release the Spice, which I watched.
Yes,
Got all caught up on that.
I am not.
Yeah.
I did my thing where I miss a week and then I never
Mhm.
catch up, like I do every
Nice.
season. Every season.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say you're probably not missing too much with this show. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's got like this cool idea at the core, but it just kind of isn't like not meeting the expectations I had for it.
I
It's
I love mediocre shows like that
yeah,
though, because I don't
yeah,
have to worry about them because they aren't gonna do anything real fucked up because they're so mediocre.
mm,
They played in the safe lane, and I like
yeah,
shows like that because I know what to
yeah.
expect.
The biggest problem I'm having with it is that it's just like the characters are all kind of dull. It just feels like a show that they made a list of like what are the popular anime character tropes and
Mm,
stereotypes, and are just like checking them off. So
I get
it's
that.
like they, yeah, it's like oh, this really feels like they're hoping this gets real popular so they can sell a lot of merchandise.
Yeah, it was like
Like that, like it was made with that intent in mind, not like that'll be a side benefit.
I don't know. It's an original.
Uh,
Usually originals aren't made for the idea of merchandising.
mm,
Um,
well, it definitely feels like it's trying to cater to all of the different, like the all the different character types that people like to see. So,
yeah. Yeah, I did
uh,
notice after the second episode, I was like, oh, I hope they're gonna do something cool and start developing more. They're talking about this mole here, that'd
mm,
be cool. And then I haven't watched since, but did they
yeah,
reveal who the mole is yet?
no, not yet.
Okay,
They've
that's
they've like referenced it more, but
yeah
they haven't revealed
they
it.
keep teasing it. I'm waiting for it
Hmm.
to go super grimdark and kill a bunch off because the mole betrays them all. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
uh,
for Momo, like the main girl, to be the mole. Just completely out of left field. Hey there, how's it
I don't
fucking
know.
going?
I could see that being like she just absentmindedly is talking to someone and is like accidentally the mole without realizing it. I
Yeah.
could see that. There's a really clear way I could see that going, actually.
Well, yeah, in season 2 they ask her to like get someone else's information and she talks to a
Hmm.
girl and doesn't that girl end up being one of the like bad people?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
I
remember.
thought it was.
Maybe.
It's like
I thought.
a martial artist or something. I don't remember.
Mm,
There was only like a glimpse of her at the end of the episode. I need to catch up.
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, that show, it's pretty alright. But then the last VRV show that I caught up on was The Girl in Twilight, which I had originally thought this show was like when I first read the synopsis of it like weeks ago. I had read like, oh, it's about these high school girls in a club, and it's like, oh, they have like a there was something about radios and I don't know, kind of supernatural. And they're like, oh, it's gonna be like a slice of life thing where they have a very niche hobby, and it's totally not. It's actually super sci-fi
Yeah.
and like multiple timelines and jumping between them, and it's real weird, and I like it a whole lot.
Neat.
Yeah,
So it's like a
it's
mix
very
of
cool.
like Steins Gate and Occultic 9.
Sure, I've never seen either of those, but I'll just agree with you.
Alright. Well, you can watch Steins Gate now before it leaves Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm actually not sure. Is
there's.
that the original Steins Gate or the new one that just came out? Well, the
I
one
have no
currently airing
idea.
would stay, but there's like a few.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
also a movie. You can just play the visual novel too. It's on Steam.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very wordy. Very, very wordy. With lots of
Most of it.
science hoopla.
Yeah, this show has been such like a pleasant surprise of just totally not expecting it to be this good, and it really is a lot of fun. And the thing is, since they're jumping between these timelines, they keep like meeting other versions of themselves. So it's just been a lot of fun because it's like, oh, they're all slightly different, and seeing a character talk to two different versions of herself at once is just good and fun. So yeah, it's been a good show. I'm
Neat.
liking it a lot. Yeah,
Maybe I'll add it to my list and then never check it out like everything else.
yeah, yeah. I would recommend checking it out. It is pretty good. Like ultimately, it's probably actually a pretty mediocre show, but like I'm just was so surprised by it that it's been very good. Yeah.
It's
Then
it's better than the other superpower girls show. You know the
yeah.
one, the 3 minute episode one that you couldn't even get through
Oh
3 minutes. Or was it
oh yeah.
7? I think it might have been about 7.
Uh,
I meant to watch a second episode just to see how,
mhm.
like, if it got better, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
So Timothy? No, what was?
So you're just cutting out for a second. What's up?
Oh, I don't know. I was mumbling. Don't worry about it. I was
Okay.
trying to figure out what that show was, and I couldn't remember what its name is.
It's okay.
I
You
don't
don't
remember.
need to. It's
Yeah,
better if you don't. Let's be real here.
yeah. I've blocked it out of my memory, so we're good. But yeah, other than that, I've been keeping up with all of the zillion shows I'm watching this season, which I've apparently realized is up to 10, plus
Yikes.
the two book club shows.
Yikes.
Yeah,
That's like an
it's a lot of
entire
anime.
show a week. That's 12
Yeah,
episodes a week.
yeah, that's a lot. And that was with three of those shows catching up on like 5 episodes each this week. So yeah, I've watched a lot of anime this week. Uh,
What I could have done if I hadn't played League.
yeah.
I'm not sad anymore. I can enjoy the game.
Oh,
Shit.
true. So yeah, I'm gonna go through these kind of quickly because I don't have a whole lot to say about most of these anymore.
Alright.
It's just they kind of are what they are. But
The
yeah,
same
there's
as
like
every other week, sort of.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's like they've all kind of found their place and are doing what they do.
Alright.
But yeah, there's like Run with the Wind is continually getting better. They're getting into more of the characters, and it's really good. I like a lot of these characters. They're really really good because it's like they're all college boys, and some of them are getting close to graduating, and like, oh, I can't do this running stuff. I need to like get a job and stuff, and it's very cool. They've a varied cast. That's it's a cool to see them deal with all this different stuff, and then there's also Zombieland Saga, which is still extremely good.
I
It's
found out.
just
Sorry, go.
yeah,
Go, go, go.
it's just I don't know. I don't really have anything specific to say about it. It's just like it keeps getting funnier. It's such a good show. It's very, very, very good. So yeah, what were you gonna say? You found out something?
Oh yeah, I don't remember if it was this week or last, but Tatsumi Kotaro, the guy, I found out he
Hmm.
was voiced by Mamoru Miyano,
Yeah.
which I haven't even seen much of any scenes from it, but I'm like, I know I've got to watch it. Because that's just a role
Oh
like he
yeah.
can go fucking ham. And he's like
Oh yeah.
known for those roles, right? Like he's the guy who always kind of, not always, but in a lot of stuff he goes way over the top. Like, let me see if I can find some of his other over the
Hmm.
top roles.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm scrolling through his list of roles and not recognizing like any of these,
he
but I
was
can say
light in
he.
Death Note, which gets pretty over the top at times.
I say he is extremely good in Zombieland Saga. He
Yeah,
is like the funniest character.
yeah. Yeah, he's one of the over top. He's over the top as Kita and Jirara.
Hmm.
That's one he goes kind of the over the top. Oh yeah, he's Katzberg and Gatchaman crowds,
Hmm.
which also again is somewhat. It's a very over the top role. Like he when he gets to play those roles, just goes so in on it. It's fantastic. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to explain the amount of like emotion he can put into just like the nonsense he spews.
Hmm.
It's great.
Yeah. He's doing exactly that in this show. He's incredibly over the top. It's wonderful.
And then in some stuff he's fucking like completely opposite. He's like Setsuna in fucking Gundam 00 who
Yeah.
says I'm Gundam. I'm
Hmm.
Gundam. It's like what the fuck? That's I had no idea that was him. What the fuck? That is not right.
Yeah, it's funny scrolling through this list of all of the shows that I'm like, oh, I've seen that. It's all like serious stuff,
Oh yeah,
like completely not like what I've seen him in.
he's
Yeah,
also Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate, who is the mad
yeah.
scientist. Like, God, he does so much though. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's
Tsukiyama
done a
Shu from
ton.
Tokyo Ghoul. I think he's probably like the go-to male voice actor right now. Like
Yeah,
the one everyone wants.
yeah. He's
God, he's
definitely
done
done
a
a ton
lot
of
though.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been in a ton of stuff I've been watching lately.
yeah. Hey, you should watch Zombieland Saga.
I should.
It's very very good.
Actually, is it just me or does Tatsumi look like he's just Mamoru Miyano with glasses? I think he's styled after him actually. I
Yeah.
think he's straight up just supposed to be him under a different name.
Oh, that'd be really good. He does kind of look like him. You're right. But yeah, that'd be so good. Yeah, and next show is Gridman. There's no episode of Gridman, and it is bad.
Oh.
Because it was their fan service each episode.
The beach episode! They
Yeah.
did it!
Yeah,
Trigger always
but
does a beach episode.
yeah. Trigger loves their fan service.
They do.
It's just like, ugh. I'm like, I don't like fan service in shows, and especially not the way Trigger does it. Ugh. Yeah.
And then you get Kill la Kill.
Yeah. Uh,
I love Kill
I
la
don't
Kill
know.
though.
I've been thinking of going back and rewatching it because like that's like 5 years old and I'm such a different person from how I was back then. I'm almost certain I would like it less, but I don't know by how much. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. But yeah, good man. It was not a great episode. Even if you like all of the not fan service stuff, it just wasn't very good. Also, it seemed like all of the animation budget of this episode went into the fan service scenes and not anything else because it didn't look as good. Yeah, that was not a great episode. And then there's Skullface Books All Around to Sound, which was another good episode. Kind of nothing to say about it.
I saw a scene from it.
Oh yeah,
Is it Honda with it? Oh, it is. Okay.
yeah.
It was like the scene with the French guy.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking for manga for my daughter. What type does she like? I don't know. But her Japanese is better than mine, but I want it in French. It's like you're at a Japanese bookstore.
Yeah,
He runs to another store to get it. It's like that's
yeah,
dedication.
yeah. Yeah, they get a lot of foreigners in their bookstore apparently. Because yeah, this is based on the author actually worked on a bookstore, and this is based on his experiences.
I'm sure that's actually probably pretty common because like
Yeah,
people into manga, right? That's one of the things you always hear like
Mhm.
about it's the bookstores and being able to just go and like look at the displays and stuff. And
yeah,
sometimes they come with like limited goods depending on where you are. If you're a bookstore that sells manga and light novels in like Akihabara, you're gonna get a ton of tourists.
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that show is good. I still think you should check it out.
I
It's
do
so
need
short.
to. I need to.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
catch up on so much.
Yeah. Speaking of things you need to catch up on, there's also the new episode of Double Decker, which was pretty good.
Did it finally go into those characters?
No, not yet, but the
Damn,
next episode should.
it should. Oh,
'Cause,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, ask again next week. Yeah, it looks like the next episode is going to be totally focused on them, which is good. I'm very excited.
Give me the
I
gaze.
Yeah, I hope so.
Do it, Sunrise.
I'm very hopeful. Yeah,
No Yuri baiting. We die like the gays we
yeah,
are.
yeah. And so yeah, this episode was really good. They're like, getting kind of more serious at parts of it, getting into like Doug's past and like he had an informant and the informant died. It was kind of his fault, or he blamed himself for it at least. It gets very serious for a pretty lighthearted show. But yeah, it's good. I like that show a lot.
I
And
need
another show I love. Yeah,
I need to watch the second half of the first episode. I
yeah,
found
you
the
should.
first episode started really slow.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to get going.
The first scene is super cool and then it goes into super boring. I'm like, you can't just go into
Mm,
this from that. Come on.
yeah. Did you did you get to the part where they're in the warehouse? Where Doug and Kira are like in the warehouse trying to do stuff?
No.
Trying to stop a person? Okay.
No,
Yeah, that's
not
kind of
there.
where that episode picks up and it's kinda near the end.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
got to where he's back in the police headquarters and everyone's just kind of telling him off and he's being obnoxious.
Oh. Yeah. 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 So yeah, that episode is a little slow at first, but once you get through it, that show is real good.
I
Uh so yeah, then the next show is the Surune, or the traditional archery show, which is I'm enjoying it a lot. Except there's one character who is just really mean all the time, and like his reason for being mean is that everyone else doesn't take archery as seriously as he does. And, like that's not a great reason for
That's
being
such a
mean.
realistic asshole like high school student thing though. I know
Yeah.
so many people who are like that in high school, like with their clubs or their stuff. It's like
Hmm.
I'm dedicating myself to this. I'm special. You don't try as hard as me. You don't deserve it. Even though they're
Hmm.
like bullshitting half the time and not doing shit. It's like it's so
Yeah.
realistic.
Yeah. I think the problem is they're not like characterizing it very well. They're not showing that off very well. Like he always just kind of like glares at people and is really short with them, and is like he isn't going into that like, oh, like he only just now in the third episode said that like he takes it seriously and other people don't, whereas before this he was just like being a dick to people and like kind of for no reason. It's like, oh, he's just mean and rude, and so it got better as I finally found out why. But yeah, it's like it's almost too effective now because I just don't like him. I just don't want him to be in the show.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
about Bakugo, my
Mm.
hero. Everyone's like, he's the best boy. He's so good. It's like he nearly traumatized another kid through bullying. Like he's not a
Ugh.
good person. That's what makes him
Yeah.
like interesting as a character because he's trying to be a hero and he wants to be the best hero and save people. But he's an
Hmm.
absolute asshole who like offends and insults everyone and gets into fights with absolutely everyone and looks down on everyone as people who
Hmm.
need to be saved. And it's like he's such a piece of shit, but he's trying to be a good person, but his view on it's really skewed, and that's what makes him interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Cool.
assholes are interesting, but they're still fucking assholes and you hate them.
Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly.
I don't get people who love the assholes and they're like, he's my precious child who do nothing wrong. It's like, no, he'd fucking, like, he'd take all the food in your fridge, eat it in front of you, light your house on fire, and leave when he was supposed to dog sit. Like,
Yeah.
he's not a precious boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also usually only see that with male characters, I've noticed. You don't see it too
Hmm.
much with, like, female characters. Though there is,
Hmm.
I do know quite a few, if you know the right people, there are people into the female villains.
Hmm.
But it's less like, oh, my precious girl. It's more like, yes, fuck 'em up, be an asshole, I love it. And
Yeah.
it's like admitting they're an asshole and loving them for it. It's weird. I don't know, that's just something weird I've noticed in fandom.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen it at all or anything like that.
I don't know. I tend to stay away from fandom, so I couldn't really say.
Smart.
Yeah.
Stay out of that drama.
Yeah. I know that the larger anime community is kind of garbage, so I do my best to distance myself from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stayed out for the longest time, but I've been getting into it more now, just
Hmm.
because I like, I'm more mature. I'm not as dumb. Like, I'm at
Hmm.
a point where if I don't like someone or their stuff, I can just unfollow them. I can just leave. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get myself into fights like I would have in high school. So it's like I feel safer at going into fandom and dealing with those types of people because I know how to like take care of myself in those situations now. But
Hmm.
yeah, I can definitely see kids getting into it who like it's easy to get baited and riled up and like
Hmm.
pulled into like something larger, and it's so hard to get out of. Like once you get into fandom drama, people won't leave you alone about it. You basically have to
Yeah.
like remake accounts, which is brutal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah. So yeah, then the final show, the 10th currently airing show is Golden Kamuy season 2, which is extremely good. That show, it keeps surprising. I love it a lot. They do a good job of keeping you on your toes and never being quite sure how things are going to go. Yeah, this episode ended with Shiraishi's head in a deer's butt, and it was very silly.
what a lovely place to put it.
Yeah. It's like, they had to sleep inside the deer for warmth tonight, so it just happened to be that his head was sticking out the butt. That's all.
That's all. It's just
Oh,
a
she.
flesh Kigu sleeping bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Luke, you need to get inside.
Yeah,
Get inside the
that's their
tauntaun.
thought. Yeah, that's what they were called. Oh, I had that thought of. I was thinking like, oh, this is like that Star Wars thing, and I couldn't think of what it was. The animal was called. It's a tauntaun. There we go.
Well, either those were the tauntaun or like the yeti who kidnaps him after it's the tauntaun. One of them.
Mm,
I don't remember.
no, no, it's definitely the tauntaun. Is the horse thing that
What's
cuts
the
open?
yeti then?
I don't know. I
Star
ooh,
Wars is anime. We should know this.
gonna Google Star Wars Yeti and see what comes
Like
up.
White Schwartz has
Wampa.
a Wampa. Okay, there we go. White
Yeah,
Schwartz has a Star Wars set. Star Wars is anime.
yeah,
There's a Star Wars manga.
yeah. Sure.
There's a few actually.
I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been like a proper actual Star Wars anime made. I mean, they've had animated series, but it's
Yeah.
all very, very Western animation stuff, from what
Well,
I've seen at least.
I think the Western animated one is still animated by Polygon Pictures though.
Yeah.
So I mean that's an anime studio doing it, so it's kind of half done by like it's half
Hmm.
anime. That's where
Yeah.
Polygon got started as a 3D animation studio, and people were like,
Oh,
"Fuck yeah!" If I remember
yeah.
right, let me double check this. Okay, TV series, 2008. Studio. Can I not find the studio? What the fuck? Is that just not shown here? 3D CGI, and CG Inc.
Hmm.
Here's the film? No, this film's the full film. I thought I heard they worked on this,
Hmm.
but I
Hmm.
can't actually find the proper who animated it.
Hmm. Weird.
Okay.
Hmm. Oh.
Lucasfilm Animation facility in Singapore. Yeah, I heard they worked on it. They might have still worked on it, but did other stuff.
Hmm.
Oh, they do it in
Yeah.
Maya the same as Ruby. I
Oh.
think Ruby looks better though. I don't like some of the face. Well, I guess I'm wrong on this. I'd heard someone
Hmm.
say that it started on. If you want to know more about what the heck's it called? I'm forgetting it. If you
Hmm.
want to know more about Polygon Pictures, though, Canapa Effect has a video on that on YouTube, so just go watch that. Anyways,
Oh.
moving on. What
Yeah.
else have you seen? Let's go.
So that's all of the new stuff I've been watching. But I started. There was one last thing that I watched. I watched a couple more episodes of Big O because I was looking at my currently watching on Now, and I have 14 shows on it, and that was one of them. And like I started watching this in February. I should really finish up. So I've got like 3 episodes left. That show is really good.
Yeah, don't let
It's
it
one
become
of
a full year. Don't do what I
yeah
do.
yeah. But yeah, that show is like one of the few things from when I was a kid that I watched that is like held up pretty well. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I had some trouble remembering what's going on, but luckily I think I had a pretty good stopping point. But yeah, that show's good. I think you might like it, maybe. I don't know.
I do
You
like
would at least
mecha
like.
and sci-fi.
You would probably like Dorothy. She's a robot and also a
Yes,
maid.
I definitely
Yeah.
would like Dorothy.
Yeah, she's very good.
Edgy, edgy robot maid girl.
hmm Yeah, it's the animation style and it looks so weird though. It's weird to look at this and think it's an anime because it is.
It's like
It
Batman
reminds.
animated adventures almost.
Yeah, exactly. There's that Batman series that came out around the same time, and I'm wondering if one of these is like direct inspiration to the other. What? Because I think that Batman show was a Sunrise thing.
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
think.
I don't know. I thought the Batman one was Western
hmm
because we used to have Western animation studios.
Yeah.
Used to. I mean, France has always had a bunch of 3D ones that are pretty decent, but
hmm
Canada used to have the best 3D animators in the world, and then the company got sold off and has done nothing but make Barbie movies for the past decade.
Yeah.
But like Reboot, Shadow Raiders, that was all a Canadian company, and at the time, like no other animation studio had the capabilities to produce that high level 3D CG
hmm
on like fast enough to be able to do a weekly show. Like they sold off the rights to so much stuff. Like they innovated so much in 3D CG, and it's such a bummer that it's died the way it has. Reboot was such a good anime.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the remake? That was like a complete disaster.
I had heard about it. Yeah, it
The guy
sounded
had bought
real
it,
bad.
made like a terrible live action one that he basically self-inserted himself in as the main character because he wanted his
Oof.
son to look out
Yeah.
up to him or something. He was trying to get his
Oh
son into
boy.
it because he liked it as a kid. It's fucking disastrous.
Oof.
There-
I
there's
hadn't heard
a
all that.
yeah,
That. Oof.
there's a YouTube video that like deep dives in. It's painful, but good. Anyways,
Yeah. I. Man, this just reminded me about a thing I'd heard about Reboot recently. That like, for a long time there just wasn't a proper version of Reboot available anywhere. That like the DVDs or VHSs or whatever was on, like the one streaming site it was on, it all played back at like the wrong frame rate. So all the episodes were running faster than they were supposed to by like a little bit. And then only recently, like this year, someone got it up in the proper frame rate. Because I guess they used some weird non-standard frame rate. And
I would not be
it's,
surprised because yeah,
yeah,
at the time, what they were doing wasn't standard. Like they were making the
yeah,
standards, so
yeah. Man, it's, what a weird thing. Yeah, Reboot's good though. And so is Big O. And I'm looking it up and I can't find any connection between Big O and any Batman anything.
all right. I tried to buy time for,
Yeah,
but yeah, maybe it's just the main character looks a bit like Bruce Wayne. That's about it.
yeah, it's definitely, it's very Batman-y. Like,
That dude looks so
the,
much like Bruce Wayne, and the other guy is like Alfred, the butler,
oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's extremely that because he also like has a mansion underneath of it is where they keep the robot, and the city doesn't know that he pilots it, but he saves the city, and it's like the city is basically Gotham City.
It's Mecha
It is
Batman.
extreme. Oh, extremely.
Damn.
Yeah, it's very good. It's really cool. And the second season gets really heavy. Like
That's when
it's
it
really weird.
became like American release first or
Yeah,
only or whatever.
yeah, yeah. It's a good show though. I need to finish it up. I have a couple episodes left. But yeah, that is everything I've been watching this week.
Read anything?
No, no, not yet. new volume of Land of the Lustrous is out in a week or two,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
saw
gonna
that.
be ordering manga soon.
I gotta
Yeah.
catch up, and I finally can.
Oh
Hooray.
yeah.
So I read a bunch and I watched a bunch. So we'll start with
Oh
what I
yeah.
watched. I
All
didn't
right.
watch a bunch actually. I watched one
Oh.
episode. I watched the new episode of Tonari no Kyuketsuki, Miss Vampire. It's one of the two shows I've managed to keep up with. The other being Bloom Into You, which I just was
Mhm.
too busy to watch the episode, so I'm watching it tomorrow probably.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they're my two gay shows I'm watching. And I have to
Very
catch
good.
up on other stuff. I spend so much money on like monthly subscriptions to anime sites and then never watch anything. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I've gotta watch more. Make my money's worth. But as for manga, I actually read a decent amount.
Mhm.
I read a new chapter of Bloom Into You, which I didn't watch. There's a new chapter translated. I feel bad, but it's like I am buying all the volumes. I'm watching the anime legally, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm just reading it slightly earlier than I can buy my volume. That's all.
Mhm.
But I'm supporting bad sites, which is bad. I
Yeah.
mentioned Gestalt last week that I'd read the first chapter of Volume 2. Well, I've read the
Mhm.
second chapter of Volume 2 now.
Nice.
Good work, yeah.
Read one chapter a week. We'll get there eventually.
Yep. I read the first volume of. Or, I finished the first volume of. Oh god, I forgot its English name. My Soul Exchange Diary, the Nagata Kabi, the follow up.
Oh yeah.
I finally finished the first volume. I had it sitting about a third of the way through for a while. And I was like, I pulled it off my shelf and I'm like, I haven't finished this yet. I'm gonna do that. So I did that. It's
Mhm.
real dark. There's depressing stuff, but it hits so home. Like, it's so painfully relatable.
Mhm.
That was like the first thing I read. It was like, oh, I'm feeling a lot better. I
Yeah.
don't mind reading something dark. And yeah, it's great. I can't wait for the second half. I don't actually
Mhm.
remember when that comes out. Let's check.
That's a good question.
February 12th. Alright.
Oh, got a while still then. All right.
Neat. I wonder if the author's working on anything else now that that's done. Who knows?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I wonder.
But yeah, so it's so good still. Like, it's fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, I caught up on the translation of My Ball,
Oh yeah.
which is still so good, but it suddenly reinforced that it's super straight, which hurt.
Oh.
Because it started off kind of straight, but then it would always like have this like gay undertones too.
Mhm.
And then the straight stuff kind of just got forgotten about for like a good like 70 chapters.
Mhm.
Because it's like comedy, ecchi sports, but it's just like all about the girls and their matches, and like their coach is the one they all like. But like
Yeah.
they kind of forgot about it for a while and have it built up, and the coach has barely any characterization compared to every other character. So I'm just sitting here like, I don't fucking get it. Why would you like him? There's nothing about him. But literally everyone, even people from other teams, are like, I met him once as a kid and I'm in love. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, I couldn't beat him at soccer, so I'm in love. It's like, dude, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He's done nothing. Just make the girls gay, damn it.
Mm. Seriously.
But yeah, it seems like it's probably getting closer to the end of that, because they're at like the finals for their current tournament, and just the way it's suddenly pushing really hard into into the romance again. I think it'll probably end after this
Oh
tournament.
yeah.
I don't think it'll keep going. It'll probably wrap up. It's got like
Mm.
14 volumes out. It's a lot. I want them in
Wow,
English.
that
I want to
is-
buy it because I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a good series, despite the really hardcore hetero weird stuff that when it pops up, it's just sort of placed because they forget about it so long. Like if they kept it as a more ongoing thing and developed the coach
Mhm.
more, it wouldn't be as weird. But it's just like constantly like, what? When did this happen again?
Yeah.
I forgot he existed. But yeah, there was one or two other things I read this week. I read the first volume of Ijosha no Ai, which is a really fucked up, grimdark, like, psychological thriller about a guy who, like, in elementary school, two girls like him,
Yeah.
and he likes one girl, and the other girl gets upset about it, so she murders the other girl
Oh.
and gets sent to juvie. And it's like being years later, he's finally moving on. He starts hanging out with a new girl, and then that girl shows back up. She got out of juvie right away, and he's just been stalking him this whole time. And
Ugh.
the first volume ends with her like kidnapping the other girl, torturing her, then like trying to torture the guy, and she like shows up. She like makes him come to a classroom where she murdered the other girl, and it's like we're finally together. Our friend, what's her name, who she murdered, can watch, and she pulls out her jar of ashes. I'm just like, alright, fuck it. I dropped it. I dropped
Yeah.
it. I
Ugh.
probably could finish it. It's 6 volumes though, which is a lot. That's a lot
Yeah,
of Dark
it is.
Edge, and I don't know where I can go without it being super, super, super fucked up. Because it's already like reached a pinnacle for me. I'm like, I don't know where this goes. I don't think I can handle it. So I'm like, I put it on drop for now. I might go
Mm-hmm.
back, but I was like, what the fuck? And there was also before I saw the stuff. God, I have absolutely no idea where if this could go, except for maybe if like the girl who the other girl kidnapped, like they get free or whatever, and she goes
Mm-hmm.
nuts and starts wanting to stalk the girl who kidnapped her and is into like that's the only way I could see this going on is like if it just gets
Mm-hmm.
more stalkers and murderers and fucked up
Yeah.
because it feels like
Well.
this should be like the ending Minari thing. The weird thing was I'd read the first 2 chapters like ages ago when they first came out, and when I
Yeah.
first saw them out, I thought they were just like a 2 chapter like horror thing because it's like, oh, fall in love. Oh, she murdered the other girl. End. Like I thought it ended, and then I found
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm like, wait, it goes for 6 volumes. What?
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. If you like grimdark murder stuff, I guess this is for you.
Mm.
I don't know if I'll finish it. I might, but probably not.
Yeah.
I just have too much other stuff to read that I don't need to be reading something that makes me uncomfortable. I know, like, some people
Yeah.
enjoy stuff that makes them uncomfortable, and at times I do too. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
like fucked up stuff like Murcielago, but again, I just have too many other series I like more than this that I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep reading. But if I have extra time, I might come back.
Yeah.
I did accidentally see spoilers from the newest chapter School Live out too, and it sounds like that
Uh,
manga is coming to an end, which I don't know how it'll end, but it's like if it does come to an end soon, I hope they do a second season of anime to like finish the story. I don't know if they would, but I would like that
mm-hmm.
because I really like the anime. But I've got to catch up. I have like 4 volumes on my shelf I haven't read yet.
Mm-hmm.
Feels bad, but see, it's my go-to horror zombie series. I just haven't been able to read it for so long.
Yeah.
I struggled with reading stuff that's like super dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd read stuff like Children of Whales, and I'd be like, wait, this isn't better. It'd fuck you
Yeah.
up.
Oof.
Yeah, sometimes you need a good series to fuck you up, but not
Yeah.
constantly. That's not all I need, and there's just so much of that edgy stuff around right now that's
Yeah.
like what's popular right now. It's like I just need a break. Give me a new slice of life or something. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Like that. The like edgy stuff that does like all this like potentially problematic stuff is like if that's handled really well, then it can be really good. But it's become such a popular thing to do now that there are a lot of people that just aren't doing it well and are
it's
just doing it almost for shock value.
yeah.
And it just is like, oh, this is just making me uncomfortable just to for the sake of it, not to
There's
like
no
do anything with it.
returns from the uncomfortableness half the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like it's oversaturated. I guess would be a good way to put it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's I think that's one of the reasons I like stuff like Murcielago. Like, it's not trying to use it as shock value. It's just over the top because it's fucking over the top and nuts. Like, it's basically lesbian, uh, like mass murder JoJo's. Like,
Hmm.
they're not putting it in as like trying to be shocking. They're putting it in because this is fucking insane. Like,
Hmm.
because there is a very slight difference between that, right? Um,
Yeah.
Right, like if you're trying to do it just because that's the world, it's super over the top and fucked up, so it fits. It's different than, well, our entire premise is just gonna be he murders goblins, and to try to make a hook, we're gonna have them be, like show a bunch of like rape murder scenes at the beginning, because apparently there's a lot less of that farther into, and it's all like front ended,
Oh.
like intended as shock value to draw you in, and that's kind of the difference, right? If it continues on constantly, it's just a normal part of the series. It
Hmm.
kind of stops being shock value, and it's just this is the world it's in. It's
Yeah.
world building. It's a grim, dark, fucked up world.
Yeah.
It's not there to just shock you. It's there because that's the kind of world it exists in. But
Hmm.
it's hard to say. Um, I do think some stuff is probably shock value in Murcielago, but like
Yeah.
there's definitely some stuff. But they also
Yeah.
balance it with like humorous stuff, like when they're in a laser trap thing, like fucking what's it called, um,
Like
Resident
every
Evil.
spy movie ever.
like
Oh
like
yeah.
Resident Evil with like the lasers that can kill you, and they're deflecting them all with the knives, and the final one comes off, and it's like, oh no, and then like the one main girl who like hasn't used a knife but's been like stomping on the floor and breaking up the glass on the floor and reflecting stuff with the glass, throws like a
Hmm.
knife from her pocket and destroys the last one, and the like one guy with them's like, oh, that looked longer than the kind I used. If you had a knife from the get, like, why didn't you use it from the get-go? Like, what brand is it? And she pulls out, and it's just a giant dildo, and it's like a vibrator, and it's like the Pussy Destroyer 5000 or something. It's a mix of this really shocking, fucked up stuff, but also really humorous stuff. Like, it's not just
Yeah.
there's returns, right? Like, it's this fucked up dark world, but they play at it and make fun of it at the same time,
Hmm.
where you have like Goblin Slayer is just super serious murder
Yeah.
and death. Again, it's for to each their own.
Hmm.
Some people enjoy that, but I think that's one of the reasons why I like Murcielago is there is more of that humor that a lot of the grimdark stuff doesn't have. So
Hmm.
it's like there's more returns. It's not as tiring. Cause yeah, it's almost getting as bad as Isekai at this point. And that's
Yeah.
saying something. But then somehow you get Isekai that managed to like turn it around. Like the slime is apparently fantastic. I want to watch it. Um,
Yeah.
or you get like the little sister genre, which is terrible. But then you get like a sister is all you need. And it's like this is actually a really good series. And
Hmm.
he doesn't really have a little sister. He's just a guy obsessed with them.
Oh.
He writes like stories about them,
Hmm.
and like people constantly just dig at him and make fun of him and tell him how disgusting it is.
Hmm.
But then they also keep hinting at this really like dark tragic backstory, and I'm like, I want to know.
Oh.
Damn it, I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I'll read the light novels. They're coming out in English. I'll pay the money. But
Wow.
yeah, I don't know. There's it's
Yeah.
weird with what's popular now. It seems like everyone complains about one genre being oversaturated, but then they'll just go to another oversaturated one.
Hmm.
Like if you want to talk grim dark stuff, like there's Goblin Slayer. There's like ReZero is pretty grim dark heavy. Um,
Yeah.
I don't remember other stuff that came out.
I mean, I would say Attack on Titan is pretty grim dark.
Yeah,
They do the whole
Attack
like
on
anyone
Titan.
can
Yep,
die at any time. Yeah.
yep. The Titans are based on a minority because
Yeah.
they hate
Oof.
minorities. Uh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's something else I watched or read. The new World
Attack on
Trigger
Titan.
chapter. No,
Oh. Okay.
World Trigger. I was thinking shonen stuff, and then I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. I can't
Yeah.
update it because I'm still catching up on the manga
Oh.
because I skipped to where I had been in the anime, so
Yeah.
it doesn't properly mark my spot from the manga because I'm catching up but also reading ahead. Um,
Hmm.
but it's good. I love it. I love it so much. I love when they get into the tactics and stuff and like, oh, I can't wait for this whole fight battle thing to go down. There's
Hmm.
only like 2 more chapters, so I think they said they were putting out 6 weekly. I don't remember, so maybe there's 4. It's like 2 or 4 more, and I can't wait. Can't wait. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Uh, I do want to find some more like happy-go-lucky shonen stuff. I need to watch more Radiant because
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons I liked like Fairy Tail was it was a lot less dark than other shonen, though it still had its moments like. But it wasn't like Bleach where it's like, oh yeah, everyone's actually dead and tortured, or it wasn't like, uh, I mean Naruto had its dark moments too. Like yeah, he's an orphan, his parents are dead, haha. Look at
Mm-hmm.
this, like
Mm.
I'll find something. You
Yeah.
you know what I'm surprised doesn't have an anime yet?
What?
Astra Lost in Space.
Mm.
That's a manga I've heard people talking about. It's a shonen, and a lot of people have been saying really good things about it.
Mm. I don't think I know that one.
It's about space explorers, and I think
Mm.
it's 7 volumes, and it's
Wait,
done.
what's it?
So it's like Astra Lost in Space. I,
Astro Lost
I
in Space.
I got the first volume for like $3, but I haven't gotten a chance to
Ah.
read it yet. But
Hmm.
I'm just kind of
Yeah.
going on
Interesting.
tangents now and
Yeah.
rants. I
That's
should
okay.
probably
Wanna
stop.
go on to well, let's go on to book club then.
uh, yeah, I don't think I have any other manga or anime. Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Okay.
Book Club, Josei Nobunaga.
Let's go with Nobunaga.
Alright, fuck this episode.
Yep.
Uh,
100% agree.
this is like the mid-season lull, and it's
Yeah.
getting bad. It started
Yeah.
off as
Oh.
such a good season, and now like such a good show, and now it's like, who will win? A
Mm-hmm.
a girl who like wanted to be your friend was the only person to reach out to you and try to be your friend, who you saved their life and they stayed with you despite all the intense media scrutiny and tried to like always be with them and support them no matter what. Or one asshole guy who carries you once in a princess
Yeah.
carry.
God, it's
Who
so
wins?
forced.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's painfully forced. I don't know if maybe it was better in the manga, but because I did hear the
Mm-hmm.
like relationship with Seo or whatever the girl's name was
Mm-hmm.
more in depth in the anime than the manga. So maybe like maybe it's not as bad if they didn't put as much focus on
Mm-hmm.
Seo. The one good thing to come out of this episode,
Yeah.
when she's blushing about Jack and stuff, she thinks, I have Seo, I don't need to think that. Which implies
Mm-hmm.
she does have those thoughts about Seo too. And she
Yeah.
is
Like.
bi. We at least, that's
Mm-hmm.
the good thing to come out. We can say she's bi. There we
Mm-hmm.
go, our one good thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it is so like clearly saying like, oh yeah, she totally had feelings for her friend. Like, it's like not like beating
But
around the
this
bush
other
at
dude
all. It
held her
is.
once.
Yeah. Oh God. Jack sucks.
Jack sucks. Yeah, his personality is so bland. There's no character
Yeah.
development. He's just an asshole. It's
Yeah.
like,
He's just.
go save her. It's like, oh, you're worried about her. Oh, it's like, no, she's the gunner. She's not close combat, and she's alone with the large one after her. Like, no shit,
Yeah.
you leave him with the small ones. It's common knowledge. Like, that's not a special thing. Oh,
Yeah.
it's forced.
Yeah.
I,
And the. Yeah.
sorry.
I was just gonna say all and like all of the other Eugene holders, they all suck as well.
Yeah,
In this
it's like they're all
season, too.
just hitting on her.
Yeah.
Gandhi, oh yeah, I actually am really aggressive. I like to tease you.
Yeah.
And then I think I don't know if he's actually just teasing or not too, which is the awkward
I
part.
don't know. That's the thing. At the start, it seemed like he was teasing, and he
And
was like, it was being like kind of playful, and then it took this turn where he suddenly got really creepy and way
yeah,
too like aggressive, and was like, oh, this got bad.
he gained too much peace and his number counter
Hmm.
overloaded and dropped back to 99. He's on nuclear
Yeah.
war now.
Exactly.
Good Civ references.
Yeah.
And then Galileo, of course, is just like, I'm going to like forcibly make out with everyone. It's like that's not okay, and they play it off as a joke. It's like,
Oh yeah. Even that was creepy.
yikes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's girl on girl fan service. So it's like, Yeah, but it's creepy forest girl and girl fan
Yeah,
service. Like,
it's
that
yeah.
is not good.
And,
I was interested. The other good thing from this episode was the new Eugene holders. They were neat to see. There
yeah,
was John Hunter, who I believe is based off of doctor
uh,
physician.
yeah, a surgeon, some kind.
Uh,
There's
Volage
Vidoc.
Vidocq, that was its name. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like the basically the godfather of criminology.
yeah,
He was a criminal that then became like the first private detective and headed up
yeah,
France's first like criminology department.
yeah. It was kind of a cool thing of like in this episode I was pausing it to look up names to see
Hmm.
like, oh yeah, this is an actual person. They like are a pretty major historical figure in like a very specific thing. That's cool. I like
Hmm.
that they're doing that.
Yeah, I like how they like still have those rules. Like John Hunter's doing the dissections.
Hmm.
Vidocq is like the one making the theories and trying to like figure it out, like doing the mathematician shit, but
Yeah.
not math. He's like doing the criminology on the creatures, on why they would do what they're doing,
Hmm.
building like a crime profile on them.
Yeah.
Um, we saw one other guy too. Was it? I forget his name.
Mm. Oh, the. Do you mean the guy from the other unit that came and helped him with this one
Yeah,
mission?
who only had like
Yeah.
one line, but he was like
It
speeding
was.
fast.
Yeah, I don't remember his
I
name.
can find his name real fast.
Mm.
Was he Gotti Anthony?
Oh, Daizong. That's it.
Yeah, Daizong, right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who his was.
I have no idea.
Daizong, that was his.
Yeah, Daizong. That's
Who is Daizong? That's what I want to know.
uh Emperor Daizong of Tang was the first real person to come up when I googled it.
Mm.
And
Also
the
a fictional
Wikipedia page.
character in Water Margin, one of four great classical novels in
Yeah.
Chinese literature, nicknamed Magic Traveler, and his power was like going super fast, so that might be.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's probably not the Emperor.
Yeah. And they're just gonna say like the fictional one's based off a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. The novel describes Daizong as a man with a broad face, squarish mouth, and lean body. Practitioner of Taoist magical arts, he can travel on foot over long distances at superhuman speed by securing his legs to a pair
Hmm.
of magic talismans.
Cool.
So yeah, that's definitely, which is neat because that means they're doing like characters that aren't necessarily real too, but you could say like,
Mm-hmm.
oh well, they're based on people who are real or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. One of the kind of larger plot things I liked in this was the messengers thing that they kind of
Oh
revealed
yeah,
at the end, where like, oh, this the creature's like brain or something was
it's a
splitting off into these little
parasite.
messengers. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
They
it's infecting all the other creatures and then turning them into these creatures. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's like
It's
it gets carried to the food chain before one of the evolution creatures eats it again, which is a really
mm-hmm.
neat concept and similar to oh, what the heck is the name of the thing? It's a type of parasite that can only breed in cats.
Oh,
And if it gets into a rat, like it'll make the rat basically suicidally walk up to cats and stuff. Like they
huh.
want to get eaten. And
Yeah.
they found in studies people, like humans, can get it too.
Mm-hmm.
Where it will fully take over like a rat's brain and make them a slave. Cats don't really eat people. It's not going to control us at that point. But it found that
Yeah.
people who have higher counts of it are more likely to own cats and like cats.
Huh.
So we might be being brain controlled by this like amoeba that wants to be eaten by cats. So that
Mm-hmm.
we will breed cats and keep the species safe, so more of its kind will breed in cats,
Huh.
which is a really crazy like theory, and it's
Yeah.
neat seeing something sort of like that in this. Like I love the world building, I love the idea behind it all. There's like
Mm-hmm.
so much unique interesting concepts, but then just the forced romance and all of the sudden fan service was so bad.
Yeah.
They'd avoided so much of it in the first few episodes, and it was like really good.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
this
This
episode,
this
sorry, go.
I was saying this episode is making me wonder if it's going to be like an every other episode is good, because like 1 and 2 are good, and then 3 was the training one that was not great, and then 4 was good again, and 5 was not great.
Well,
So I
4 had
wonder
its
if it's
bad moments with Jack.
mm, yeah, but on the whole, that episode was still better. That
Next
was a little
episode,
bit at the end, I think.
yeah, next episode looks like we're following mainly another group, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Get to see more people, which is always fun. That's one of the fun parts of the series.
Mm. We get to see if they're all terrible too.
Yeah, but the one thing I noticed this episode, it's actually funny because Galileo, like, as a person, seems to be like the nicest and least awful person, but then is also just kind of forces herself on people, which is fucked up.
Mm. Oh, Newton, not Galileo.
Oh, Newton. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Also, I was really confused when Galileo
Newton.
Newton stomps on the big fish with the like super. It's like, wouldn't it just sink? Wouldn't it just sink?
Yeah, same thought. It's like, huh, weird.
But yeah, it felt like the animation, just in general, this episode was also not as good. It wasn't as unique. There wasn't the cool design stuff they'd be doing through other episodes. There was like a lightly rehashed version of the shading from the first couple episodes, just whenever she kissed, and that was about it. But they didn't do a lot of the cool stuff they had been doing with like colors and scenes and stuff, and it like the animation in the fight seemed really weak. It just felt like this episode in general had like a much lower budget than the others, so they tried to fill time with the stupid fan service stuff.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, hopefully next episode is better.
Hopefully. Yeah. I can always write it gay if I have to. As long as it doesn't get that bad that I can't. Because sometimes.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm curious where it's gonna go, but we just can't know.
Yeah, after the first like episode or two, I was feeling so good about this show, and now it's like, this is kind of more middling than I thought it was. I guess.
It went so south so fast.
Yeah.
Had such a strong start, such a good unique concept, and that like it's not a unique concept, but they took in unique ways. They made it unique.
Yeah, they're doing cool twists on it.
And then they ruined it. They ruined it with forced hetero Shinzo Abe. Ab.
Yeah.
I keep calling him Abe. I'm gonna keep calling him Abe on purpose. I'm insulting him.
Yeah.
Shinzo Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
Watch him show up in this show, and he has the Abe Lincoln thing. And its powers, he gets everyone to have babies. All men are equal. And they have sex.
Yeah.
It fixes problems getting up. His power is Viagra.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts on Nobunagan? Should we move on to Jose?
It should have been so much better.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so let down.
Yeah.
It still might be better.
Yeah.
Believe.
It can turn around. It's got like what 7 or 8 episodes left. So it could turn around.
It could also keep getting worse, and we might have to suffer through 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully they kind of back off of the Jack stuff, the Tetro stuff. Hopefully, because it was leaning into it pretty hard this episode. I can't imagine they keep that up.
Even if it backs off, I know it's just gonna end with that. It's gonna end with the Jack, and that disappoints me so much because there's nothing that should have built up. Like if they built out more over the show, but they've just forced it so fast that's like. It's just not good, Scoobs. It's not good.
Yeah. It ain't great. So yeah. Shall we move on to the GOSA then?
Alright. Oh, I had one last thing.
Oh, okay.
This episode of Nobunagan is Nobu not good.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Very good.
Never not good. Alright, Duo Save, which started off terribly but is somehow getting better, the complete opposite of
Yeah,
Nobunagan.
yeah. Yeah, this episode was alright.
It's alright, yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Just alright.
Yeah. Although at the start, there was the thing where Third was talking to Thor and he's like, oh, you have to do this duel because if you can't win now, then it won't matter how many years go by. You won't be able to win later. It's like, no, that is the opposite of true.
No.
Feat.
It's actually so true because they mentioned before he doesn't have the surgery, so he's gonna die young. Like, he'll never actually get to be an adult. Like, you got like maybe 3 years at best.
Yeah, true, it's true. I'd actually forgotten about that part.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is slowly dying, that's right. And
I was gonna
something kind of... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you were right about the necklaces. You were totally right.
Oh, yeah. 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 But then Thor's like, nah, I don't want that. And so... Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of bummed out that Third is like... Either he's real deep into the manipulation, or he's actually not being that manipulative and just wants Thor to win and be top.
Because he wants to be third. He just wants to be lazy. That's it.
Yeah.
He's the fucking Ikta of Juosei. He was Ikta before Ikta existed. They're slightly more likable.
Yeah. Yeah, at the start of the show, I thought Third was going to be kind of cool, but now he's just kind of lame.
Yeah.
I think he's... So it's like they really set him, especially at the end of the last episode, they set him up to be like, oh, maybe he's actually evil and he's doing something dirty, and like, no, he doesn't seem to be anymore.
Can I just say the fight choreography in this is fucking atrocious? There was like 5 or 6 times that Thor could have just like fucking gutted the guy, but didn't. Because he's like, no, I've got to bait him right. It's like, he runs through his legs, like, just turn the blade on, stick it up as you run through, cut him through the, like, or when he, like, dodges to the side of him, just cut his side. Or when he knocks him down and he goes for the swing, instead of swinging, like, in the center of his face and then outward, where he just tilts his head away, just go from the outward in and all the way across. Stab him in the stomach a couple times, he can't move it.
Yeah.
Like, just, you have a beam sword, just shove in his chest and make a circle.
Yeah, like, oh, that fight was pretty dumb. Like, if they were gonna have him just be dodging around like that, they should have been having some kind of internal dialogue of him being like apprehensive about having to kill someone. But then he's already messing people up, I think. So
yeah, instead it's just like, oh no, I need to dodge until it's time.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we can't do this too soon.
And then they hint, they're like, oh yeah, like, he didn't need the help, he could have done it, but it's like, oh yeah, I killed a guy, but I didn't want to kill him. It's like, they should have played that up more. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. Also, it's like, this little corner's a spot no one can see. It's like, no, it's not.
Somehow,
it's like, I'll distract him. Fires a rifle that everyone can fucking hear, but everyone ignores, and he just the one guy's like, huh? It's like, how does no one else notice? That's bullshit.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just no one else concerned with the hot gunshot that just went off. It's bizarre. It was such a weird plan.
It's like, it's a blind spot. No one will see it. It's like, the referee can move. He can just, like, walk down the side and see it, like...
Yeah, and they're like, oh, this is like the only blind spot in the entire arena. It's just like behind a column, but there's like 6 columns, so...
It's just like this random little hole that you never even see what it looks like in the hole.
Yeah, it's like someone just cut a little cube into the wall and just like, why is that there? Oh, ugh, it was silly. It was real dumb.
Do you think they're gonna kill off the top of the girls? Which, why would you even fight over the top of that? Like, she doesn't seem like she's like a dictator like the others.
Yeah.
Maybe the girl wanting to fight her as a dictator or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We haven't seen much of like the politics of the girl side of this, so
yeah.
Maybe there's a lot going on there that we just aren't aware of.
Chen just seems very reasonable, so like.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
The other person might just be very unreasonable.
That's true. We don't know who the other person is, but Just kill her. It's fine.
Yeah. And then in the scene where they were doing the CPR, I realized this is probably the most emotion Third has shown in the
Yeah.
entire show so far. He was
You,
suddenly extremely concerned.
you know what really got me? When Tiz is like,
Uh,
I'll do the mouth to mouth. Colin showed me how. It's like, when were you and Colin needing to do CPR? And like,
yeah,
how is one of you going to be like aware of the other to be able to do it? Like, did you find someone passed out and show like?
yeah,
Because you can't show
that's,
someone while doing it to them. Like, that
yeah.
didn't make sense to me. It's like if she's like, "Oh, I learned how to do this at our group I came from, my ring, the
Hmm.
Sun Ring or whatever."
Yeah,
Okay, that would make sense, right? But
yeah. But yeah, that was strange. Also, they were like, "Oh, you do the mouth to mouth, and I'll do the chest thing," but like, you're not supposed to do those at the same time. That'll
yeah,
just mess it up. It's supposed to be at a rhythm.
that's
They're
that's
just
why
conflicting.
that's why it didn't work, and he died.
Yeah,
Instead, you just slapped the shit out of him, and he'll wake up. Rattle that
yeah,
brain a bit. Good job, Third.
yeah, yeah. Now, oh man, this show is gonna be. This is all like a Squall's dead theory of like actually Thor died in episode 5, and the rest of this is like in his mind in the afterlife or something.
Yeah, no, it's all Rye.
Yeah.
They found Rye and Rye replaced Thor.
God. Oh man, when Thor was on that bed, I was hoping like, oh man, Thor's gonna die and then Rye's gonna come through the door somehow. That would have been so
Well,
great.
he
Oh,
dreamed Rye.
yeah, he did.
Wait, so I just had the dumbest joke. You know how
Yeah.
like Rye fell through the plants into the abyss? What if there's
Mm-hmm.
people in caves down there and someone caught him?
Oh.
What if there was a catcher of the Rye?
Oh Jesus.
Ah shit!
God.
I'm
Why would
pretty
you do this
sure
to me?
Chen's gonna die. In the opening, you see her falling into like the abyss in the plants too. So
Yeah.
I think she's fucked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. Probably.
they don't like female characters.
Yeah. That'll be. They're just gonna use that as like a something for Third to be really sad about, but he's been so.
Let him
And
finally be angsty, and then Tiz
yeah,
becomes the leader of the females or something.
probably. Well, no, because we go to the lady that kills Chen. I guess Tiz would have to fight her.
Yeah, because Tiz is the third, so she becomes the second. She gets
Mm-hmm.
revenge, although she quits. I guess she's not. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, Tiz was back on her "he's gonna marry me" train again.
Yeah.
This episode's like, damn it, you're still on about that real?
Yeah. So.
We
Yeah.
got nighttime though, so that's neat.
Yeah. I was thinking this might be because we know that a time jump happens at some point because of
Yeah,
the thumbnails.
it looks
So I
like
wonder if
in
this will
the
be it.
preview he looked like what he does in the thumbnail. So
Yeah.
it doesn't look
Yeah.
like it's a long time skip, but enough for his hair to grow out. He's probably like
Mm.
a year, maybe a couple months.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they look a lot older,
I think a lot of
especially
it's the
Tiz.
clothes though. I think
Yeah.
a lot of
Probably.
it's the clothes because he's not just in a stupid tank top and like spandex shorts. He's actually in like a
Yeah.
jacket now. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see.
because I'm pretty sure it's still going to be the same night,
Mm-hmm.
which is about half a year. So yeah, probably about half a year time skip.
Yeah. That makes sense. Get to like kind of the end of night. The last little bit of it, at least.
I'm very curious about one thing. We have the new top that's shown at the end, who is the guy who is like, I'm the leader of the kids who don't join a ring.
Yeah.
And he was talking about calling them for winter. There's a few
Mm.
ways it could go. He could be like getting rid of people who would like join the other rings and just keeping the ones who would join his and like
Mm-hmm.
tricking them. He could be because yeah, that keeps like kids away from the other rings, and then he just takes the talented ones for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He could have used the kids to stage like a coup and take over another ring, become leader,
Yeah.
which I think is more likely because the other guy calls him top, and he's like, "Come on, don't call me that. Like, call me what you used to." So it sounds
Yeah.
like they probably just took over somewhere,
Yeah. It seems
which
that way.
which is impressive because they're saying the Ochre Ring top is like the weakest of them,
Mm-hmm.
so he would have had to be in someone stronger. And
Yeah.
Rai could barely beat the Oka Ring, who sucked.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, curious where that's gonna go. It looks like he's going to become a big rival, though.
Yeah. I wonder. So yeah, I wonder if that's just gonna be the next couple episodes is taking out the next. If like each one is gonna introduce a top and then take them out. There's not that many episodes left.
Actually,
There's
that
3 tops that we would have to take out.
the second did Rai kill the second of the Oka Ring? Like, or did Thor when Rai died? Was that the Oka Ring second he killed, or was that a different group second?
I
Because I was
don't
gonna
know.
say, if it was a different group second, it'd make sense if that is the one that, while the power
Mm-hmm.
gap was there, Zagi took over.
Yeah. No, I think that
But
was
I think it's Oka,
the
because
Ochre ring.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
mentioning there being the opening in the second spot.
Mm-hmm.
The second sucked.
Yeah.
He was kind of ate the knife. I mean, that's all Thor had to do to the first, like the top, but fucked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. We'll see how this show goes. It's been better than I thought it was at the start. But
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
We'll see.
have
Yeah?
one more
Oh.
complaint about the fucking fight. He's
Oh
like
yeah?
staring straight, like he's standing facing the top and
Mm-hmm.
just looks sort of back at the wall, and then suddenly he's like completely turned around and there's a sword in his back. It's like, how the fuck? It's like one of those moments where it's like, I'm already behind you. What? It was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck just happened? Where was the
Yeah.
choreography?
Yeah, the fight was bad.
It was very bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully. Yeah.
we did get a bit more about the conspiracy too, though. Apparently, the third was actually in on the conspiracy.
Oh yeah.
He was
Just
in the military and part of it, which he was here far before Rai, though. Again, which doesn't.
yeah. Just confusing the timeline even more.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I knew that. The guy, what he said was true. It's like, then why didn't you recognize him? Did you not take him with you? Although I guess the other
Mm-hmm.
guy was technically from the other side, like his job to like catch them, but he
Yeah.
didn't, and that's why he got sent there. Or it's because he knew too much.
Yeah.
So maybe the third did kill him because of that. Like maybe the
Mm-hmm.
other guy was the guy who actually turned him in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he killed him, Colin.
Yeah.
Or maybe because he also mentions the top wanting to kill off the third's like sphere of influence. If maybe he killed Colin for that reason, like maybe if the top did that,
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
I think it was definitely the third though, based on his comment that Rai
Yeah,
wouldn't make it through
probably.
winter.
Yeah. Man, that's weird.
Because yeah, I
Cause
mean,
yeah,
he
I forgot
wouldn't
I
have
made
made
that
it through
comment.
winter, but they were
Yeah.
trying to get him to move in with the Oka Ring, which would have avoided that being an issue.
Yeah. Hmm.
But the third doesn't want him around.
Yeah.
Possibly doesn't want
I
him
was
to tell
thinking.
him more. Maybe he knows enough about the conspiracy that he wants to use it to control Thor,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't want someone who knew more about it, who could actually like disprove his shit
Mm-hmm.
around.
Yeah. Man, I feel like Third is probably actually the most interesting character in this show so far. He is so like kind of unpredictable, but also clearly being manipulative. Cause yeah, I'd forgotten about all that stuff with like, oh, he was the one who probably killed Colin, and like yeah, when if he was actually just on Thor's side, that wouldn't make sense. So he is still being manipulative in the background somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's weird. Mm.
Very curious about where it might go.
Yeah, very curious. So yeah, we will find out next week. Hopefully, unless it disappears off Crunchyroll, in which case we'll figure something out.
Yeah, this might
Hopefully.
be a series that goes, oh no.
Yeah, both shows might go. We'll see.
Right, they're both
They're
Funimation.
both shows. Yeah.
Hmm. Yikes.
Well, Nobunaga was 2014, so I don't know when
It's
the
only 2
agreement
years, so
started.
2016. Yeah, it's out.
Yeah. Well, both of them are out then. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Uh oh.
We'll have to figure
We'll
something
see.
out.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll see what happens.
I wonder if there's a Nobunaga on Blu-ray.
Mm,
I'm
I
sure
don't know.
Jose has a DVD, but it's like
Maybe.
super old and hard to find. Let's see
Yeah.
here. Let's go to Amazon. Let's see here. Nobunaga.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a save series, so it's like 20 bucks Canadian for the Blu-ray.
Hmm.
The save cheap version. Then they have the non-save version, like the original release in 2015. Ooh,
Yeah.
there was a cool box set that looks really cool, and I would have liked if it wasn't
Mm.
$286.
Oh, oh, that's a lot.
Oh wait, that's the Amazon price. New starting at 97. That's still a lot.
Mm.
Or I can get it for 21 bucks in the like save format, which is like the cheap. Oh, Akuma no Riddle has a save version now. Why is there only
Oh.
DVD? Why did this show never get a Blu-ray? Like, this
Huh.
show is from like after Blu-ray was a thing. This came out in 2017. Why does this not have a
Huh.
Blu-ray? I don't get it. The
That's
original
weird.
like box set release is also DVD only. I don't.
Hmm.
In 2007, I don't get it.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't make
weird.
sense to me. That explains why it's 15 bucks, but yay. I'd wanted this for a while. I didn't realize the save version came out. Maybe I'll buy that
Yeah.
instead of the other, because the other is expensive. Like, I was wondering why the price wasn't dropping. It's because there's the save version. Yeah, the regular is like 65 for a
Hmm.
DVD. I was like, that's a limited edition though, but it doesn't actually say what's in it. I'm like, come on,
Hmm.
tell me what's in it. Ah. Okay, let's like Jose. So Nobunaga, 20 bucks.
Jose.
Jose also has a save version
Yeah.
DVD, which is being sold out for a while. It's about 28 bucks.
Hmm.
Yeah, about 28 bucks it looks like.
Apparently, Jose is also just streaming on Amazon.
Oh,
You have
okay.
to
Well,
purchase it separately from Prime.
you have to
But yeah.
purchase it. What?
Yeah. I don't know. Prime's weird. Some stuff you just have to buy it individually. I don't know if that is in Canada as well, but yeah. You can
Let's
buy
see.
one episode for $2 or the season for 16.
I can't even find it on here. It might be spelled
Yeah.
different.
It might not be on Canadian.
Let me do it with all the dashes. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's here.
Yeah.
No Canadian. Well, maybe I'll have to buy some Blu-rays or DVDs because it's just a DVD. Oh, that's like 50
Mm.
bucks for the two of them.
Ugh.
And I'm not even really
And the
enjoying
shows aren't
them.
even that good.
I know. I
I don't
would.
know.
Before today, I would have bought Nobunaga hands down, no problem. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because, yeah, the Jew
Yeah.
say is out of print, so it's kind of.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
also
God,
an
look
issue.
at the manga. Look at this art.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah.
It's so
It's weird.
old.
Yeah, it has that like old style to it.
It
That
almost
yeah.
looks like Yaoi if I didn't know
Yeah.
that she was a girl.
Oh god. It does. Oof.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's really confusing.
God. That's so funny. So you scroll through the Amazon thing, there's all the wall scrolls, but it's like the computer generated. We just took this image from wherever and made it
Yeah.
into a wall scroll.
Yeah, that's a
It's
lot.
so weird that there's so much of that stuff on Amazon. Oh.
Man, Jose is expensive outside of this one
Yeah.
DVD option.
Yeah.
This is
It's just old.
the one
It's
disc
old enough
save.
and not popular.
Yeah, the 2012 release. You can get it new for 28 bucks. Or used for 35 because that's better somehow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So yeah, we will see if when
Oh, I
those
wonder
shows
if it's on
disappear,
High
we'll
Dive.
figure out something. Oh, I don't know.
Probably not if Funimation has it.
Yeah, probably not.
What is
So, yeah.
Funimation streaming like now though? Because sometimes
I
they have some free shows to watch.
yeah. Oh yeah, it might be free on there. We should check.
trying right now. Let's go with
Yeah.
Nobunagan for the first search. It's probably easier.
Mhm.
Fine. Yep, Nobunagan. Watch now. Stream and watch. I'll take your cookies. Videos. Oh, they've got episodes here.
Hmm?
Watched episode 5. Can I watch it for free?
No.
This looks like an ad.
Oh.
We'll see. Maybe I'll go after the ad.
Yeah.
I actually kind of want the Dimension W backpack. Damn. I'm getting baited here.
Dang.
No, it's just
Ads are
playing,
too effective.
playing more ads.
Mhm.
Like actual TV.
Oh no.
I don't know how I feel about this. I want me to mute it. There we go. Is it? Oh. Oh, it's playing the episode.
Oh.
It's playing the episode just with ads, so we can maybe just watch on the Funimation
Alright.
site.
Okay.
Available languages, English
Phew.
and Japanese. I don't know how to choose.
Hmm.
That's
Oh. So yeah, okay, good. So we can finish these shows without having to buy awful
Well, we can
things.
do
expensive things.
Nobunagan at least. Possibly.
Yeah.
As
I
long
looked
as
at
it's on-
say, and that's also on their site. I didn't check if it was for free, but
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So we're not. Okay. We're mostly good.
This
then.
one says subscribe all over it.
Did
Did Nobunagan say subscribe? I don't think it said subscribe.
mm,
Yeah, it doesn't say subscribe. So we can watch Nobunagan.
yeah.
Can't
okay.
watch Juosei though.
Yeah.
Let's hope they don't lose Juosei there.
Yeah. If not, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, if they take away our legal means of watching it, like what else can we
Mhm.
do, right?
Yeah.
No Juosei on High Dive. I didn't think so.
Yeah. Kind of didn't think so. So yeah, well, yeah, if we change anything or we'll figure something out. We'll post about it on Twitter, which you can follow us at @lastly and at @saysomebots. Or we'll say something in the Discord at shenanimegans.moa/discord. And then when we figure it all out, you can watch us at twitch.tv/saysom live Monday nights, or shenanimegans.moa to go to the YouTube channel and catch us there, which will get caught up on the uploads, we promise.
Hopefully this week.
Yeah,
We have like
hopefully this
four videos to get up.
week. Yeah.
I'll try my best. Alright.
So yeah, but that's it for tonight, I think.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, alright, we'll see you then.
Have a good night. Take care.
Good night.